Hello and welcome back to our series of how to become an expert speaker. My name is Colleen Biggs and I am the founder of Lead Up for Women, and you spoke and I listened. This was by far the most requested video that you wanted me to do, so we put it into an 8-part series so that we can walk you through all of the pieces of how you too can become an expert speaker. Hello everyone, I am very excited about the new series that we are putting together, and that new series is called How to Be an Expert Speaker. I get this question a lot, and by far when I do surveys, this is the number one thing that ladies want to know about. How do I become an expert speaker? So I have a list here that I put together of really the top 8 things that are important in becoming an expert speaker. And over the next series of these 8 parts, I'm going to be talking in depth about each one of them. So the very first one is slow down. You don't want to be a speaker that's going this fast because then everyone can't hear what you're saying, and you need to slow down. When you slow down, you make space and prepare space for you to breathe and for those that are gaining the information that you're talking about to be able to process and for them to be able to stop and breathe. The next one is clearly articulate your thoughts. How do we do that? We write them down on paper first. So when you're doing a speaking engagement, or if you're going to be on stage for 20 minutes, you want to have a beginning, you want to have a middle, and you want to have a wrap up or an end. And so that way you know which way you're going, and if you were to get off course, you know that you can always come back to the middle and then lead your way to the end, because sometimes it's like squirrel and we just forget what we're talking about. So clearly articulating your thoughts is making sure you get them on paper, so we're burning those into our brains in the beginning. The number 3rd one is going to be eliminate filler words. So all these pauses, these these are filler words that you use. And I'm also not a big fan of using words that are too large for people to really understand. So if you're just throwing out a bunch of words just to show that you know the word, I'm not so sure that's the best way to connect with your audience. You want to really connect with your audience on their level. So who is your audience? What is that demographic? So I say eliminate filler words and throwing out words that maybe aren't even good to be using in that moment with the demographic and who you have in the room. So make sure you're talking directly to your audience about what it is that they want to learn and what they want to hear. Number 4, don't just be loud, be confident. No one wants someone who's just going to talk like this and screaming loud all over the stage. Being confident is really about your posture. Being confident is about your eye contact. Being confident is about having your shoulders back. It's about being confident about what you're speaking about, utilizing your body language, keeping your head high, and connecting with your audience. That's the confidence piece. So not just being loud. But you don't want to be this soft either, because then if you're this soft, no one really knows what you're talking about. And you seem weak, and they can't hear you either. And then if you were to roll your shoulders forward and you're on stage talking like this, you don't sound very confident. So you want to have your shoulders back and you want to speak straight to your audience. Okay, next one, speaking without tension. This, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so tense about everything that I'm speaking about today. We don't want to be tense either. Relax. Before you get on stage, you're going to blow out all of those butterflies and those nervous butterflies and nervous intentions, and you're going to walk onto stage confidently without tension, but relaxed. So again, you're like, well, gosh, you're telling me to slow down. You're telling me to be confident, but not with tension. Trust me, we're going to be walking through the steps, and you can take step by step until you get to the end and practice and practice and practice, which makes perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. You will be able to be on stage and be as confident as ever. The importance of breathing and the importance of breath is number 6. Just as I was talking about slowing down, you want to take pauses. The pauses that you take allow your audience to really start processing what it is that you're speaking to them about. When you take these pauses, they have the opportunity to breathe, and you have the opportunity to breathe. See how I took those pauses in between there? And it gives you a chance to really process what I'm saying. The next one is adding authority to your speech. This can be done by research. This can be done by credibility of your past. This is really, to me, done the most and the best way ever by stories. When you share stories, that becomes so credible of either someone else's story or your story. But to me, it really also gives authority to your speech and what you're speaking about that day. So we're going to be diving more into that. And the 8th one is staying present. You need to move and groove and pivot with what's happening in the room. So if someone sneezes, feel free to say, God bless you. If someone shouts something from the back, feel free to respond to it. If you're having a conversation or speaking from stage and someone makes a comment in the front of the room. Now, I'm going to be talking a lot about virtual speaking as well during this. This isn't just about being physically in a room, because we don't get to do that often these days. However, when we get back into groups, because this is pretty much October of 2020 here, when we get back into groups, we will be speaking more in front of an audience. But for now, we're virtually. And because we're virtual, we want to make sure that we are engaging the audience and utilizing our opportunity to have the authority to slow down, to articulate your thoughts, to eliminate filler words, to not just be loud, but be confident and not be up on our video like this. We want to speak without tension. We want to help the audience relax in our presence. We want to stay present. We want to breathe and show authority in our speech. These are what we're going to be talking about, and you too will become an expert speaker, so I can't wait. Make sure you come along, because the very first one we're going to be covering next is how to slow down. See you guys soon.